Hey, how's it going? Carson back in. Yeah, that's the fastest 30 seconds ever. It lasted 20 seconds, by the way. So, how's it going, guys? I figured I'd just do a quick pickup slash turtle toy slash art haul today. Because why not? I got the stuff to show. I figure I can get it logged on here, then slowly start to file all this fun stuff away. But we got Chris Barrett and Comic Man Andy hanging out in the chat. What is going on, guys? I'll just go ahead and get into what I read last week real quick. Not too much outside of what I reviewed on like 2 or 3 other channels at this point. So I had the Ice Cream Man Quarantine comic special. This one wasn't too bad. It was a lot of short stories collected after we went into our quarantine COVID outbreak stuff. So they basically originally released a lot of this stuff online, which you can still catch it there, I believe. But if you wanted to collect it in an actual comic book form, here it is for you for $5.99. So was this worth $5.99? If you like the rest of Ice Cream Man. Well, it didn't have the same effect as the rest of the series, but just some cool short stories that are like about 6 pages a piece or less. But yeah, not too bad. If you like Ice Cream Man, you may as well just go ahead and grab this too. Because, yeah, it's in the same vein, but just obviously the storytelling just isn't as crisp as it would be if you're reading Ice Cream Man. Next up, we got Dark Knight's Death Metal Trinity Crisis. These fun, long, insane titles and these insane spin-offs. So this book wasn't too bad compared to everything else death metal. Like, I'm pretty close just to scrapping death metal because my Batman box is getting pretty full, and I'm just not feeling this like I was feeling Dark Knight's Metal. The art is pretty in most of these, but yeah, in terms of death metal, though, this is probably about as good as we're going to get. You got Francis Manapul on the art, at least. The DC Trinity decides they need crisis energy for their Alfred boxes, whatever that means. So they have to go to each main crisis to collect said energy. But when they get there, things have changed, so they're getting pretty much taken over by whatever bad guy once they get there. So, like, Batman ends up fighting a shadow version of the Anti-Monitor, which is already basically beat him, I guess. Wonder Woman, I think she goes to the final crisis and fights a version of Darkseid. Or no, she goes into the Infinite Crisis and fights Superboy Prime, and then Superman gets beat up by Darkseid. So that's all this issue really accomplishes, but looks nice because we got a full giant one-shot of Francis Manapul art, so that's good at least. And then the last book I read last week, TMNT issue 109. Pretty fun cover on that with a lot of random other characters interjected. Like, there's almost like a Splinter type star there, like a Rocksteady type star there. So another fun Kevin Eastman cover. Once again, this issue just kind of starts off with the media coverage that Mutant Town's getting, and Mikey and the other turtles kind of wanting to do something different to portray to the rest of the world what Mutant Town actually is, because obviously everyone in the rest of the world's looking down on it, but these are people too. So, and a lot of interesting parallels going on in this book. So, kind of feels like a filler issue, but at the same time, that there's some good content in this book, in my opinion. All right, so on to what I actually got picked up last week. So I pretty much hit most of my spots in the last week or two. So half-price books, my antique shops, and actually to get one eBay haul here. Took like 2.5 weeks to ship this thing, so no way I can leave positive feedback for this guy. He never gave me a good reason. It just took an eternity to even create the shipping label. I can kind of forgive late COVID shipping, but when you don't create the shipping label for like the first 2 weeks after you collected the money, that's not a good sign. But anyway, Future Toy number 1, a very nice copy of it. I was missing this out of my TMNT run, and this is a relatively cheap book. I think I paid $7, maybe plus a couple extra dollars shipping on this. So I got for less than $10 total. which I was happy with. But yeah, it took a long time. I think I bought it mid-August, and it's now mid-September, and I've had it for a week, but still, like, don't know why it took so long to ship. But hey, Future Toy 1 is now in the collection, and that's a very nice quality copy. At least they shipped it very safely. It was like in 20 layers of cardboard, so at least their method of shipping was good. I had some good half-price book stuff last week. I've kind of just came to the conclusion that they're just about done filling their dollar bins, but I did find a few good things in their dollar bins. So I found this Green Lantern Quarterly number 7. It's cool. Was that? Yeah, Tony Harris did the cover on that. I feel like it's the first appearance of that character, but I still can't remember. I need to look that up. Now these are fun to find. Here's my first ever Green Lantern comic book. Got Green Lantern issue 46. So every time I see this one, I got to have it again because this introduced me to Green Lantern and really even like Mongol too. It's just, I remember trying to hunt this when, I was collecting the Reign of Superman as a kid. And this is the one, they were going to put on anyone's pull list because it says Green Lantern, not Superman on it. So kind of hard to find this one as a kid. But yeah, every time I see it now, I got to have it. Actually found Green Lantern 48 in a dollar bin. So this is the first Kyle Rayner for $1. Thought that was a really awesome find. Probably my second or third copy I have of this. So I was very happy to fish that out of a dollar bin. Very good issue of that. And then I guess technically his first cover appearance, issue 51. So once again, love this one as a kid. Every time I can get the Emerald Twilight set, I'll get it for cheap, of course, like $1 or less. Why would I leave it there? Never would. So always like that cover. Was that Daryl Banks, I believe? So yeah, Daryl Banks. Yeah, pretty awesome. So very happy to find those for $1. Let's go to the comment gimmick here. Chris Barrett says Green Lantern has too many first appearances in them. Yeah, there's multiple Green Lanterns, and each of them gets a first appearance. He says the closest he has to 48 is 54. You find they're in there. Trust me, you can find them. They're still out there. I found this for $3. Like, it's an older comic, so they did mark it up a bit, but even then, that's not too much of a markup. So I found Monster Hunters number 5 for $3. It's a Charlton comic, which I don't see every day, but I thought that was kind of a cool cover. So this may go on the October Reads reading list if I can read it and it won't fall apart. But yeah, I never read Charlton too much, if ever, before. So it'll be a fun experiment. So I can't wait to check that out. And of course, like I said, they don't want to bag and board anything, so I just keep dumping things into 20-cent bins. I found this copy of The Fly number 1 from Red Circle Comics Group. I've never heard of this. I've never even heard of Red Circle Comics Group. But who I have heard of is Jim Steranko. So this is a pretty sweet Jim Steranko cover on that one. So I just went ahead and swooped that up for 20 cents. Why not? Like, at least a cool cover with the photorealistic background. Couple DC Universe variants. I got another copy of Robin number 9. I'm pretty sure I already have this one. So if I do, I might just throw it in my upcoming giveaway I'm slowly planning because I'm pretty close to 500. I have a daily show next month. So yeah, spoilers, there's going to be a giveaway next month somehow. Superman, the Man of Steel number, that's not number 29, stupid me, 36 / issue 29 of 1994. So I think I did a confusing numbering Modern Men, so you can check that out on what that triangle means. But yeah, happy to get the Worlds Collide DC Universe variant. I think actually this might be the final part of Worlds Collide. It's either a 10 or a 12-part maxi series between the Superman characters and the Milestone characters. It was a lot of fun back in the day, so this brings back a lot of memories. So any of those memories I can recapture in a DC Universe variant form, I'll be very happy to capture. So happy with that. And then the last 20 center, nothing too special here. Justice Society of America number 5, just a cool Sandman cover. Pretty much like I had those other 3 books. I'm like, let's go ahead and throw this on the stack for 20 cents. Looks great in a Mylar, at least. So, yeah, cool Sandman Alex Ross cover, because why not? Why wouldn't I get that? Barrett is still trying to get that issue 48. We got the Mastodon. What is going on, Donnie? Nice to see you in the chat. He's been doing the live thing himself on Sunday mornings. So if you guys kind of like the format I got here, definitely check out the Mastodon Sunday mornings and see what he got every week, too, because he gets some good stuff, too. All right. And then we got the Great Legend Show in the house, youtube.com/r.e95. He says Legend69. So he's officially stolen and copyrighted Ricky Markstadt's thing for his own. So nice to see you, Legend. Trying to get those cheaps in. All right. So I got an antique shop haul next. So had to go help my parents move a chest freezer into a basement. Didn't want anyone to hurt themselves. So I'm like, well, I'm in their neck of the woods. I may as well hit the antique shop I usually go to. But I usually try not to go there too often. But this guy actually does refill every week. So, Legend, it's funny you're here because I know the Great Legend loves this book. So I got X-Men number 4 for $2. First appearance of some guy named Omega Red. Don't really care about that guy. But yeah, I keep finding his book for cheap and picking it up. So I said it once. I'll say it again. Don't overpay for this book. Whatever you do, this Jim Lee run is in dollar bins across America and can be acquired for dirt cheap. I almost just passed on this at $2. So, but I was like, you know what? Someone out there probably needs this. I'm telling you now, when I do my giveaway next month, I'm putting this in that box. So yeah, X-Men number 4. Don't overpay. It's not a $30 book. It shouldn't be. It's a $1 book. I paid $2. I overpaid. So, yeah, there's my 2 cents on that $2 book. All right. Back to this. We got Spider-Man 139. Like I said, if I can get Spider-Man in the hundreds for $2, why wouldn't any, semi-DC/Marvel comic collector out there? And, hey, it's in an Ultra Pro bag from the 90s. So you got to love these old Ultra Pro bags because they don't like crinkle up like a poly bag. They're a little bit heavier duty. It's kind of before probably before everyone was using Mylar for everything. So yeah, shout out the 90s Ultra Pro bags because that kept this book in good condition over the years. Another gimmick people love is that these Dave Stevens covers. I've never even seen a Dave Stevens cover at a cheap bin. Well, until this week we got Alien Worlds number 4. Pretty cool Dave Stevens cover. So I see guys like a Poor Man's Comics and Bub's Comics get these Dave Stevens books all the time, and I just never see them. And actually, I found one for $2, so I was pretty happy with that. So I may have to start collecting for this guy because the guy does some pretty cool artwork. So yeah, very happy to find that for $2. Another cover artist I really like and enjoy. I know Donnie likes this one as well. We got Doctor Strange number 30. This is like the second coming of Frank Bruner on the Doctor Strange stuff. So usually like 1 through 10. I don't even think he does all the interior artwork on that. I think he does mostly covers on like the last third of that run. But yeah, he came back around in the 30s as well. So happy to have Frank Bruner Doctor Strange book any day. Also found issue number 33, another Frank Bruner art on that one. So very happy with that. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Legend says, great show last night on Shirtless Bear Hunter. Yeah, thanks, man. Hopefully you enjoyed that kind of quick review we did of it. Yeah, it was a great book. Not much stuff. It's good popcorn flick style book, I guess. A lot of action, a lot of fun. We got Chris Barrett saying he stole Barrett 316 from Owen 316. Okay, that works. I get it. He says the Ultra Pro bags are decent bags, even cheap Ultra Pros. And Legend says he has Frank Bruner's copy of Master Comics 22, #pedigree. That's pretty awesome, man. We got the Justice League America issue 197. And the reason I decided to get these is an artist named George Perez, however you want to pronounce it. So yeah, anytime I see George Perez's work, I'm probably going to end up picking it up for cheap. So I got that. I was missing this beautiful copy of Wonder Woman. This is issue 14. So an absolutely gorgeous cover on that one. You got to love George Perez. And then, yeah, this is a Perez as well. JLA, 195. So, like I said, anytime you get his artwork, why wouldn't he? He's like the greatest artist of all time, right? Going back to Spider-Man. Fortunately, this is not one of the sweet Ultra Pro bags. It is in need of it is a dirty one, too. Oof. Spider-Man 154. So, like I said, I don't leave these laying around. If nothing else, if I ever decide I don't need any more Spider-Mans, I could probably at least sell this for $3 or more down the line. So, $2 all day. Mastodon says he read Arkham Asylum Madness today. Not a bad read. Yeah, Arkham Asylum, another one I'm thinking about for October reads. Of course, Drew's not here, but his buddy from the Cantu Manchu review show, Fill-In Show, Comics Must Explained, is on cue with the who? George Perez, that's who. Nice to see you, Jason. Let's go back to the haul here. We've got TMNT issue 79. That's right. I found the Ninja Turtles book for not full price. It's a rarity, I know. But it's kind of awesome because it's from the Invasion of the Triceratons Part 4. When I started collecting this run, it was around issue 88, I believe. So the closer I can get to filling that, like, issue 75, the Krang, all the way to the City at War, I'm very happy to find that stuff. So got that, even though he put this in a really old bag. I guess, when you sell that many books, you just got to reuse where you can. This one definitely needs to get rebagged too. We got Amazing Spider-Man 308. Here, I'll give you guys one. I love the gimmick because I don't have to say it anymore, but here we go. Newsstand. Yep, it's a newsstand. So issue 308, newsstand. So McFarlane, yeah. And you can't find these McFarlanes cheap either. So definitely happy to keep filling this run as well for $2 or less. And then I hit up the other antique shop, which different shop, same seller, kind of higher brow, higher quality books. Here is House of Secrets 102. So I need to really make my list of these because I'm probably going to start to buy doubles soon on House of Secrets. This guy keeps filling his bins. I have a feeling with Halloween around the corner, he's going to start to put more of his House of Mystery, House of Secrets, and all those type of books in his bins because I noticed there was a little bit more of these than usual. Paid $3 for this, so very happy. Actually read issue 100 and got that recording in the can for October reads. So we'll see if this makes. I'm trying to keep the variety there, so I don't know if I want to read 102, but we'll see once we get to like the 30 some odd episode how I feel about it. We got K-Titus. What is going on, man? He says, Konnichiwa. Hello from the rising sun of Japan. He's not on the StreamYard side yet. He's on my YouTube side. There we go. I can show it now. What is going on, K-Titus? Great Legend says, I haven't been buying much. From Donnie. Damn, I've been reading a lot more in my older age. Yeah, that's my goal. But as you can see, I still got stacks on stacks of books in the last 2 weeks. So they're like, I'll cut down. I end up finding books like this. X-Men number 68 for $3. Really? Yeah. So I cannot find Bronze Age X-Men for the life of me. So very happy to get a $3 copy, even though this is where the reprints started, I'm pretty sure. I don't see these ever at all. So to get that for $3, extremely happy there. Slowly filling these like bronze and hopefully silver Teen Titans as well. He doesn't bring in too many of them at a time. Usually only catch like one or two. So I found Teen Titans issue number 50 for $3. So, and actually it's a surprisingly nice copy for $3. Figured he would have been charging $5 for this based on, how he prices condition and books and stuff. But hey, it's got the original Harley Quinn on it. So there you go. Oh, yeah, The Witching Hour. That was one of the other books I was trying to think. So I'll probably try to read a Witching Hour for October as well. But here is The Witching Hour issue 17. Cost me $5, but it is in nice condition. in my opinion, because like I said, usually if you charge $5, it's usually like going on that fine, maybe a very fine grade. So happy to pay $5 if he puts that on there all day on a good quality book. These he charged $5 for. It's that Neil Adams. That's all it really is. So some of these have writing on them and creases. But usually I try not to leave these laying if I see them at all because I don't see these twice. Let's just say that. We got Strange Adventures 210 from that Neil Adams Dead Man run. So once again, anytime you can get 70s Neil Adams, kind of like Steranko and Frank Rooney, you're probably going to want to pick it up. So I got 210, and actually right next to it for $5 more, he had issue 211. So it's kind of getting to the point where I almost just need the first appearance of Dead Man, and I have most of this run, hopefully. So actually doing pretty solid filling this. I'm surprised how many of those I've just been able to find in the wild. And then the last actual comic book pickup I had, and I was surprised. He had 3 copies of this. 2 copies were $3 and 1 was $5. I just went and stuck with a $3 because it got to the point where I was like measuring them up like this and looking and the ticks on them. And honestly, the difference between this $3 copy and the $5 copy he had was like almost non-existent. We got the Dazzler issue number 1 for $3. So I thought I had this in the collection when I did my last resort. I did not roll across this in the collection. So I was just like, really? I don't have Dazzler number 1? And it just happened this guy put this in his bins ×3. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take a copy of Dazzler number 1. Why wouldn't I? So I always just love this cover, if nothing else. So happy to get Dazzler in the collection. So that concludes my actual book haul of the week. So before I get into the really fun stuff here, let me hop into the chat again here. We got K Titus. He says, don't forget to smash that like button. Yeah, leave a thumb up, thumb down, whatever you guys want. Big thanks, K Titus, for popping in and telling everyone to leave the thumb. We got Flicks and Comics. What's going on, JoJo? Definitely check out JoJo's channel. She's been doing some awesome like movie reviews lately. She let me know if I need to go see the New Mutants movie or not. And she's the only other person I've kind of seen out there who's went and saw and reviewed Tenet. And we agreed pretty much on every point. The soundtrack is amazing for Tenet. So I know she likes that movie as well. We still got the Great Legend hanging out. Chris Barrett says, is that the error copy? I have no idea what the error copy is. I'll be completely honest. I kind of doubt it. But yeah, you might have to let me know what to look for on the error copy, and I'll let you know. All right. So while I was at my parents' house, and I've definitely check out my Instagram. The link should be down below. I actually, like, once I helped my dad move, he's like, hey, you want to look for any of your old stuff? I'm just like, okay. So I ended up finding like a whole back car seats worth of toys, basically. And these things, they were in the trenches, like literally, like they were in some like rotten, nasty old boxes from like the late 80s and early 90s. Like I went to like, one was in like a big old stereo box, and I went to like kind of tilt it to see like what was in it. The whole thing just fell apart. Like it just turned to dust basically. So that being said, like I didn't want to like bring all the toys up here and like start showing them because this room would have been, I probably wouldn't have been able to breathe in here. So I had to like get the toys in the car. I had to drive home like my windows down. I just left everything in the garage, and I'm slowly but surely cleaning them. Luckily, I'm off all next week on vacation, so I'm going to be able to hopefully not only record my October Reads project, but I'm going to be able to clean all these toys. So I started basically the night I got them. I do want to shout out Comic Mag Musings in the chat. What is going on, Comic Mag Musings? But yeah, definitely check out my Instagram. I've started to post some pictures there of the toys, but I took a few highlights of what I've already cleaned because obviously the first thing you do, you pick out a few of your favorites, and then you go from there. So we got to start with the WWF action figures, the old like LJN figures. I didn't even remember having some of these. I just remember these two right here. Of course, you had to get these two. Like these were like the most essential ones to get as a kid. Yeah. Oh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage. Dig it. And then of course, brother Hulk Hogan. These two were definitely essential. And yeah, I can tell like how much like I smashed and slammed these. Like These aren't like dirt marks that are left on them. It's kind of like the same marks you would have like on an old basketball. They're just like, other paint marks from, bashing them together like that, basically. So I actually have a My Horse is Sick, Terry Funk, along with the girl. I'm gonna have to clean that one up twice. It was like it was at the bottom of that box, but I don't remember having a Terry Funk. But apparently I had a Terry Funk along with these. But you know who else I had? I had no idea I even had this one. He was in a box that I didn't even know was in that basement, and that is Mean Gene Okerlund. So this thing, I could tell, like, I knew as a kid this guy was a commentator because, like Macho, you can see his back is just filled with just other paint marks. Mean Gene only has, like, he probably took like one chair shot right there, but other than that, he's like, pretty clean. So definitely had to leave him in the water for a while, but Mean Gene got pretty cleaned up once I took care of him. So these, like I said, I'm probably going to end up selling a lot of these down the line. But at least the ones in this bag I'm probably going to end up keeping and putting on display somewhere in this room. But yeah, very happy with those. We got some more as well, but I want to go to the chat first. Comic Mag Musing says, I remember those. I think there was a ring you could get as well. Yeah, at some point I probably did have that ring. I did not find that ring on this go. There's actually a few things I'm still looking for that should be in that basement. One of those is actually that ring, but I can't picture that being in any type of good condition at all. So let's see who else. We got JLS Comics in chat. What is going on, JLS? How you doing, man? Guys still putting out some of the best G.I. Joe videos, which, speaking of, that is one thing I cannot find was the G.I. Joes. That was driving me crazy. So when I go back the next time, I'm going to have to like get like a shovel or something, see if I can find those Joes, because I know they're in there somewhere. So unfortunately, I don't have too many good G.I. Joes to find. Chris Barrett says the error for this Dazzler #1 is on issue 24. I'm going to have to look at that when we're done to see what you're talking about there. Let's see. I think I saw some other comments down below. Mastodon says he really dug that Danny Phantom. He likes him some Danny Phantom for sure. Great Legend recommends a Magic Eraser. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I just have such bad luck on the comic book side of Magic Erasers. I probably got to go buy a new one because I just got mad and threw the other one away when I tried to clean a comic and it just wiped the paint right off the comic. So that's why I don't press and clean things, because I would literally just press it into oblivion probably. Barrett says, I got them toys for sure. And we got Ruben Guzman. What is going on, Ruben? Nice to see you in the chat tonight. He says, Cowabunga fam. It's funny you mentioned Cowabunga because right after I show some Ghostbusters, this is going to be like all Turtles for the rest of the show. So if you don't like Turtles, I'm sorry. But hey, you probably figure out you came to the wrong place in that case. But if you like Turtles, you're in the right place. So another fun set, and another one of those vehicles we're looking for is the Ecto one. But I did find some Ghostbusters down in the basement. So I was pretty happy that most of these are still in pretty good condition. So I think this one is supposed to like spin. Of course, I was playing with it earlier. Or no, his is like the he might not work anymore. Oh yeah, his arms are supposed to go up and down. I think it was, yeah, Egon. So Egon still kind of worked the other day when I was playing with him. Hopefully I didn't destroy him already. So you're supposed to be able to like spin and spin and spin, and he has this little latch. Put his arms up. Whoops. Yeah, see, they still got some gusto on them. So yeah, I got soap everywhere the time I tried it. So yeah. And then I believe this is, I always get Peter and Ray mixed up in this line because they do kind of look alike. But yeah, happy to find these Ghostbusters toys. So I'll probably keep those in the collection. And then I brought 2 separate trios of Turtles to show off. So we'll save those for last because those actually got cleaned up pretty well. And for some reason, Donatello just refuses to be found. So I would have showed 2 4s, but I still got to find and clean up old Donnie. Sorry, Mastodon. But anyway, I actually found my original set of Turtles, and boy, were they loved as a kid. Let's just say that, because they are not in the greatest of condition. The limbs on them are very loose. So here's Raph with the squishy head and all. And it's just funny, of all the ones with the squishy heads, he has the hardest squishy head. So I always thought Raph obviously should be the most hard-headed, but Obviously, he has no accessories because I lost them all as a kid. But as you can see, me shaking is making his limbs go up and down, which usually on most turtle figures doesn't happen. So, yeah, he's probably going to fall apart one day, but today is not that day. But got a Raph, Leonardo, which I was happy to see his belt is still intact because he had that one that goes around. So I think when I find that Donatello, we should be in one of those boxes. He just hadn't turned up. Yeah, he's probably at the bottom. The only thing that's broke is one of the katana holders is chipped off on the back, but this one is probably in one of the better conditions. He doesn't see his limbs stay in place at least. And yeah, he's got that nice squishy head. So all these are dated 1988. So like I said, I was very happy to find these. And then, yeah, he's as loved as Raph was. Of course, Michelangelo, probably my favorite figure I had as a kid. So this one is definitely staying in the collection. I was so happy. He had a nunchuck. It's probably not the original nunchuck this character came with, but nonetheless, somehow a nunchuck was found and put in his hand, because I remember the original one was probably, brown or tan color, and this is a purple one from some other Michelangelo, because the more I show these toys off, you're going to see a ton of Michelangelos. I've already cleaned up probably 8 Mikeys, so I definitely had to highlight this one. And then the other turtle trio I had, like I said, still looking for Donatello for some reason. I found the movie figures, and he's cleaned up really nice in my opinion. So I kind of respect the way they did these movie figures, because obviously most of the turtle figures that came out were copies of this. But I kind of dig these because they were more rubbery. They had this little, you can actually almost take the limbs off. I'm not going to, because I won't be able to get it back on this video, but there's actually a white piece of plastic that holds in the rubber arm. And that way, when it falls off, you just put it right back on, no problem. So they were a lot, they not only did they look different, they tried to make them differently too. So the only thing that's, obviously his belt and his accessory is missing, but his headband accessory is missing too. So hopefully I can find that and get it cleaned up. But yeah, very nice Raph there. Got my Leonardo, which luckily he has, once again, he has the belt and the headband, so he looks awesome. And then, of course, I got Michelangelo. He cleaned up really well, and I was so happy he kept that belt too. So now I just got to find a little nunchuck for him. Hopefully, like I said, I lost those dang accessories all the time. So that's just a fraction, a nugget, if you will, of all the toys I got. Yeah, definitely check out on Instagram. I took some pictures of the back of my car seat, how packed it was with these toys. And I did find the Technodrome and the eyeball for the Technodrome. So I was extremely happy that turned up at least. So that was the main thing I was trying to find, was that Technodrome. So at least I don't have to look for that. And I got a couple turtle vans. I just need to find the other parts and accessories for them, because the main turtle van, the OG one, doesn't have a roof yet. So I need to find that roof on hopefully one of those boxes. So I think my parents, they're not going to run their antique shop too much longer. So I'm probably going to get hit with an influx of display cases and shelves. So when that happens, I'm probably going to take a really nice display case and fill it with Mean Gene and Michelangelo and such. So yeah, gotta love it. So like I said, I'm not planning on keeping 1,000 old toys, just the ones that mean the most to me, I guess. So yeah. All right, let's go to the chat, and then I got just one more thing to show off tonight. Jealous, so someone get up a pack of Winstons. Yeah, I couldn't find a Winston, unfortunately. I feel like I had other ones. I know there was that football player dude. He was kind of like a hybrid Ghostbusters Transformer toy, it felt like. But it was like a football player, but he turned into a monster, basically. If I remember, I think that was Ghostbusters line. I know I saw that sticking out of one of the boxes. I just hadn't cleaned it yet, because I got to, get that and clean the insides. Yeah, Legend also wants me to get, hashtag get Seawood a Winston, I guess. Chris Barrett, same thing. Everybody's missing Winston. Nobody cares about Donatello. It's all about Winston. He's the real fourth turtle, I guess. So he says, where's the monkey and that guy with the airplane hat? That is still outside in the garage. He is in queue to be cleaned, Legend. So he's taking notes from that picture as well. Jojo says, all your NECA turtles in the background. Yeah, I've had such bad luck lately trying to get these things. So, yeah, I got at least Token Razor on pre-order, but I missed out on Super Shredder. I've missed out on any Walmart exclusive. They don't get them around here, so I think I'm going to make one last-ditch effort and go. I might go to Walmart tomorrow since I close at work Thursday. I just have to work really early tomorrow, and I work really early today. So, yeah, eventually I'm going to try to hit a couple Walmarts to see if I have any more luck. But, yeah, no luck around here. Legend says Raph has always gotten most fights, is missing his most stuff. Yeah, absolutely. He always lost a side. That first movie, first scene, he loses something. So yeah, you're right. We got Nick Miller in the chat. What's going on, Nick Miller? Nice to see you out and about tonight. Legend says the fake Ghostbusters with the monkey, not the real Ghostbusters. Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, so the last thing I got is, and this is total spoilers if you guys are on my Instagram already, but hey, figured I'd show it on both spots so I can talk about how awesome this artist is. So Christopher Castillo, he struck again, basically. So highly recommend following him on Instagram because the way I've been getting art from him is he's just been drawing stuff and be like, hey, this is up for grabs if anyone wants it. And usually I'll just be the first one to ask him what's going on. And he's like, oh, yeah, you can have this for this amount. So, yeah, Christopher Castillo, highly recommend following him. If you guys seen that Moon Knight, I got a few weeks back. That's how I got that. He was just on his Instagram, said it was for sale. Luckily, I work nights, so I was the first person to message him and ask about it, and he gave it to me. But I guess his response has been so great on some of that I showed. He did 2 more. He said they were better. I still think mine's better because I'm partial to that one, obviously. But yeah, follow him on Instagram, and he will give you steals of deals. And you'll be able just to get stuff. You can always commission him as well, but he has certain rates. And I think the rates he has, they're good too for what you're going to get. But sometimes when he wants to sell something, he will give it to you for like dirt cheap. So, and I don't do cover recreations too much. It's just not something I care to do. But obviously when it came to this cover and having, the start of this relationship with Christopher Castillo, I guess, where I can message him and ask him about art, and he sees and recognizes me back and knows how fast I will pay him. Basically, he will give me a quick deal, and I've been stupid to say no to this. So like I said, I don't do cover recreations too often, but when he's like, yeah, you can do a 20 by 28 of this. Yeah, so he did a cover recreation, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 1, to the point where he even put Eastman's signature on there, but he also did personalize it at the bottom to me down here. It says, for Carson, original art by Kevin Eastman. This one drawn by Christopher Castillo, September 9th, 2020. So, yeah, he drew all of this by hand. He has photos on his Instagram of him actually doing this and drawing the whole thing and all the line work and stuff. So yeah, he has the entire process already on his IG of this. So, and mad props to, because you can see looking at this very close where he drew like each and every little line. So like from far away, they look like turtles, but if you look at it super close, like there are just so many lines of detail in every turtle and every skyscraper in the back and in every brick building. And I just love how awesome the title looks too. So, and it's like a first or second print because it doesn't have blood right there. So, yeah, absolutely. So I was blown away by the price on this piece. And I got to mention how fast he shipped this thing. So he was probably started working on this on the 7th or 8th of September. Obviously, he finished it on the 9th of September. I had this at my door on September 12th. So within 3 days of asking him about this, I had this in a frame ready to go up on my wall. So I cannot state enough how great this guy is at communication and how fast this guy can ship out art. It's second to none in my experience of dealing with artists so far, because I still have, I think there's 2 commissions I put in like probably a month and a half, 2 months ago. I should have one of those shipping next week. Another guy, he's pretty much, I think he said he's going to start shipping around New York Comic-Con time because I think he's from the other side of the pond, and he was planning on trying to get over here anyway in October, regardless if a con happens or not. So just saying, those guys, they're respectable. They let me know exactly how long things were going to take, and that was fine. But I'm just saying, this guy did a 20 by 28 piece in a few days and had it shipped to me in less than 3 days. So once again, Chris, he's even just like, he's just like, he asked me to do him one favor. He's just like, if you do shout me out, at least talk about the time it took to get this piece, because there are so many other artists out there. Sometimes it even takes a day or two just to get in communication with some of these artists. And it's great. They're all working. That's cool, hopefully. But yeah, it can't be understated how fast he shipped this to me. So that's, I have a ton of respect for that guy, just for the way he ships and how fast he communicates and gets artwork that's ordered into people's hands. So Christopher Castillo, worth your follow on Instagram. You'll get to see some cool art. You might stumble upon a phenomenal deal along the way. So yeah, definitely follow him. And another artist just hopped in the chat. We got J Hood Creative. What is going on, J Hood? Nice to see you in the chat. Once again, speaking of live shows that are my favorite in the community, this guy does one, I think, every other Saturday morning, and is one of my favorites in the whole community too. So definitely check out J Hood's live stream. Phenomenal stuff there. So one of my favorites easily in the community. Mastodon loves that turtle piece. JLS says that's pretty cool. Thank you guys for the kind words on that. It's definitely going right back up on the wall. JLS says it's an artist named Ali Garza. He's been waiting on a piece for since 2018. I think I got a quick sketch from that guy once at a con. Yeah, I think I have him in my book. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised to hear that he hadn't got you a piece since 20. Well, hopefully he's at least communicated with you as to why, and he doesn't have your money hostage. So good luck with that, Jesse. I hope that works out well for you. Legend. Oh, legend. You crack me up, man. All right. Well, guys, that's all I really have to show for today. Like I said, I do have a lot of art that's upcoming on this channel, hopefully. I actually just commissioned another artist earlier today, and he was very great on communication. He's actually already shot me a picture of the breakdown and the layout he's wanting to use for the commission. And I was blown away he was even doing that. So I'm definitely going to recommend this guy once he gives me this piece of art. He says, oh, I'm sorry, it's going to take me a while to get this out, like 1 to 2 weeks. I'm like, 1 to 2 weeks? That's quick, man. That's awesome. So can't wait. Hopefully in 2 weeks' time, I'll have something to show you there. I got another guy who's doing Inktober. I saw some of his work. I'm like, hey, man, these pieces are going to be up for grabs. He's like, oh, yeah. And they're so cheap. I'm doing 3 of his. So I'm going to have 3 pieces from that guy, hopefully shipping in November. And then I think I have 2 more on top of that should be shipping between October and early November as well. So Christmas will come early this year if all of my art and commissions ship on time. So I think it's just Comic-Con withdrawals. I need to get me some sketch art. It's my favorite thing to collect in this entire hobby is commissions and original art. But that's the point I'm collecting pages yet. That's out of my that's a whole different ball game for me. So maybe one day, but not today. That is some crazy expensive stuff there that I'm just enjoying what I get now. Maybe once I get a little bit more green in my pocket, maybe I'll start to look at some fun pages, for that stuff. So J Hood says, I want to say the title was called Moxie. Might have been another guy, though. Oh, yeah, they were talking about Ali Garza. Yeah, he says he thinks he colored Ali Garza's first cover. That's cool, man. That's awesome, J Hood. Thank you, Legend, for the compliment. Yeah, definitely don't forget to like, subscribe. If this is your first time watching. Leave that thumbs up, of course. October Reads is coming up right around the corner 2 weeks from today. I already got the first 2 episodes scheduled to hit. It's going to be pretty much aired at midnight. Every night in October is the hour. I'm just going to schedule them. No premiere gimmick or anything. It's just scheduled to drop. It's going to drop. You guys can have fun. Leave comments there. I'm probably going to build a contest kind of revolving around October Reads. I haven't figured out all the details yet, but you're probably going to be able to leave comments in each and every one of those videos for entries. Because it's been a while since I've given anything away. I'm drowning in 20-cent dollar books and other fun finds. I'd like to put together a contest or two, say thank you to the people who have stuck with this channel specifically. So stay tuned if you guys like the contests. I'm going to come up with something probably next week and put out a video, at least start promoting it and what it is exactly. Because, hey, I haven't figured that out yet, but if you guys remember my last couple, it's probably going to be a priority box or two, like the $15 size priority box. I'm probably just going to start filling it up, and that'll be the prize. So probably some signatures thrown in there, some fun newsstand gimmicks thrown in there, and other just random doubles I've accidentally purchased. So we're going to have that. I also have to plug, should be in the link down below. If I forgot it, let me know, and I'll fix that. Comics of the Atom, Mike Green and I recorded yesterday before Modern Men. We're still going with the Ultimates Volume 1 from the good old days of the initial Ultimate Universe launch. So we got a chance to read issues 6 through 10 of that. Check out Modern Men last night if you haven't. No one did except for Legends. So we might have found the book that won a poll, but no one cares about at the same time. Shirtless Bear Fighter. We reviewed that last night, and we went back to the movies. So we reviewed the movies that came out in 2018. So that only leaves 2019 and the couple movies that came out in 2020. So if you guys hadn't had a chance to check that out, we kept it a solid 1 hour. So we had a blast there. So definitely check that out when you get time. And then my last plug, and I'll let you guys go. We got Modern Men episode 50 coming up in 2 weeks on the Comic Core channel. We'll be reviewing my favorite read of all time, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Great Legend said he's going to be there for that. So we're going to make a big deal out of that episode. So if you guys like Crisis, definitely feel free to join us on September 28th, 10 p.m. Eastern. And with that, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time, probably next Tuesday here. We'll see if I have anything to show. If nothing else, I'll just show more toys I cleaned up, and hopefully I'll have another commission in the mail, ready to go by then. But until next time, guys, thank you guys so much, and then we'll give it one gimmick to sign off here. Dude, stand